Hello, dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are keeping fine during this lockdown. I know it's been a long time that we haven't seen and met with each other, but I know we will meet again very soon. So this video is specially made for the students of class 7 for the subject biology on the topic photosynthesis and respiration, that is chapter 3. In this video, I will only be discussing about photosynthesis with you all. So let's first discuss with what is photosynthesis. I know as I have put this question before you, some of you must already be giving the definitions by yourselves. Very good. This is what photosynthesis is. The word photosynthesis comes from Greek word photo, that means light, and synthesis means putting together. So in simple words, what we can say is photosynthesis means putting everything together in the presence of light. So how can you define photosynthesis now? Photosynthesis can be defined as the process by which green plants make food using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight. And what else is required besides this? There is another important thing that is required in photosynthesis. That is the chlorophyll. So the chlorophyll present in their leaves helps the plants trap the energy from sunlight and use it to convert carbon dioxide and water into food. Now, for photosynthesis to take place, there are a lot of reactions that take place. So a series of chemical reactions is involved in photosynthesis, and we get the end products of photosynthesis as glucose and oxygen. And here is the reaction of photosynthesis. As we have defined photosynthesis, that the plants use carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, then we get glucose and oxygen. So the reaction is carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives you glucose and oxygen. You might be thinking, what happens to the glucose that is produced by the plants and the oxygen that is produced by the plants? Well, the glucose that is produced is transported to all the parts of the plant body, and some are used in respiration. And the rest is stored as starch, and the oxygen that is released may be used in respiration in leaf cells. Now let's see the site of photosynthesis. That means, where does photosynthesis take place? Photosynthesis occurs in the mesophyll cells of the leaf, and these cells contains numerous chloroplasts. You might be thinking, what are these chloroplasts? Well, you have already studied chloroplasts in your previous class. Chloroplast is nothing but a type of plastid that has got chlorophyll in it. So here is the definition of chloroplast. Chloroplasts are plastids that have chlorophyll and are vital for the manufacture of food in plants. So in which part of chloroplast does photosynthesis take place? Do you think it takes place in the entire chloroplast? No, there is a particular place where photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast. But before that, let's see what are the two parts of chloroplast. Each chloroplast consists of two parts, the grana and the stroma. The stroma is a liquid matrix. What is a grana? Grana are piles of flattened sac-like bodies called thylakoids. That means grana are flat in shape and they are all together, many in number. And when all these come together, they are known as thylakoids. The thylakoid membrane has protein complexes in it that have chlorophyll, and it is here that the photosynthesis reaction occurs. That means, in which part of the chloroplast does photosynthesis take place? It takes place in the thylakoids of the chloroplast. So here is the diagram for you. You can see this is the thylakoids and this is the granum. Granum is the singular form of grana. This is the stroma And here is the lumen, and this is the outer membrane, and this is the inner membrane of the chloroplast. What are stomata? Stomata are tiny openings found in the lower surface of leaves that facilitates gas exchange. That means it is the stomata present in the leaves that helps in exchanging the gases during photosynthesis. Which are the gases that gets exchanged? We know that carbon dioxide is involved during photosynthesis and oxygen is given out. So this is the gas that gets exchanged. Carbon dioxide is utilized and oxygen is given out. We also find stomata in green stems. So let's see the structure of stomata now. Stomata consists of two bean-shaped guard cells that borders the opening of the stomata, and we also have a stomatal pore. Now, what is the role of stomata? The role of stomata is to let in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere for photosynthesis and release oxygen. That means now we understand that stomata is very important for photosynthesis because it is only through the stomata that carbon dioxide can be utilized, can be taken from the atmosphere and released in the form of oxygen. And so here is the diagram of a stomata. This is the epidermal cell, and this is the guard cells that we were talking about as the bean shape. And this is the stoma, which is also called the stomatal opening. This is the open stomata, and this is the closed stomata. And this is the chloroplast, and here is the nucleus. We have also learned about chloroplast before. Now we should also know what are the factors that affect photosynthesis, or rather what are the points that is important for photosynthesis to take place. The first thing that is required is light, next carbon dioxide, and next suitable temperature. What happens if we have too much of light beyond what is required? Too much light beyond a certain limit destroys chlorophyll, and the process of photosynthesis is adversely affected. That means if we have too much of light, it will affect photosynthesis, and even if we have less light, it will also slow down the rate of photosynthesis. Next, carbon dioxide. If carbon dioxide is less and the other two factors, that is light and suitable temperature, are more, there will still be less photosynthesis. Next is the suitable temperature. If the temperature is low, there will be less photosynthesis, even if sufficient amount of carbon dioxide and sunlight are present. Now we will see the significance of photosynthesis. You might be thinking, we have studied about photosynthesis. Why is it important, or what is its significance? Well, we know that photosynthesis is the process through which all organisms get their food. So that is why its first significance is food for all. Plants prepare their own food by photosynthesis, and the plants in turn are eaten by animals. It means plants make their own food and store it in the form of starch in their bodies. Herbivores eat plants and use up a part of food to get energy, and the rest are stored in their bodies, which is then utilized by carnivores that feed on them. That means it is photosynthesis that provides food to all the organisms. The next significance is oxygen for respiration. Most organisms require oxygen for respiration, and all the free oxygen in the atmospheric air is the result of photosynthesis. The life of organisms could not have been sustained had plants not renewed the supply of oxygen through photosynthesis. That means if plants do not undergo photosynthesis, we will not have enough oxygen for us, and if we do not have enough oxygen, our life would not have sustained. And the third significance is photosynthesis maintains level of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is continually released into air through respiration, the breaking down of organic matter, and the burning of fuels. If this input of carbon dioxide into air were not balanced by photosynthesis, the level of carbon dioxide in air would rise. We know that carbon dioxide traps heat, so the more carbon dioxide there is in air, the warmer the earth will become. So here I've put something that will help you. What is this? This is global warming. I know you all have heard about global warming, and you also know what global warming is. So what is global warming? The excessive warming of the earth is called global warming, and it is believed that it has led to droughts, excessive rainfall, melting of ice, floods, and cyclones, etc. So we know that global warming is the concern of the entire world right now. But besides that, the thing that is concerning every one of us right now is the coronavirus, which is why we are in lockdown and which is why this video has been prepared for you. So with this word, I would like to end and say stay home, stay safe, and save lives. Thank you.